go searching for that. We usually only do that with a complaint. So if somebody complains, then our officers go in and follow up the complaint. So, and have both of you ceased?
Yes.
What?
Have you ceased? Not doing it anymore?
All was done before already.
Okay, not going to do it anymore? Learn your lesson.
No money in it anyway.
Unfortunately, because it was a violation and it was a police report, that's why we had to call you in. So, just to make it known that we know and, to cease it and don't do it anymore.
Mr. Chair, or Vice Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
If I understand, you guys weren't just letting people play poker. This was some sort of business that approached you, solicited you, your business, and I'm sure they told you it was all legal, right? They said, oh, sure, it's all legal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because we've run into this with other types of things, the selling of, what's it called, bath salts or the imitation K2 stuff, where, well, not in bars. But I guess my point is that if you ever have a question about whether something is right or wrong, feel free to either contact your alderman, call City Hall, talk to the clerk's department, or call the police department. Say, somebody's approached me about doing poker, lingerie shows, whatever. I mean, these are the kinds of things that do go on. And
Just understand, right? Okay, Ted, give up your seat for a second. Excuse me.
I'm giving you
Chair? Well, thanks, Ted. Chair.
And it's also my understanding that these businesses are still advertising.
Right.
Yes, and it's not on us to stop them. It's on us to regulate your licensed premises. So, because because I'm in the business, and I see these marketing companies are out there still saying, "We'll come have they call it tavern poker or whatever in your tavern," and they'll tell you it's legal, but our city attorney tells us it's not. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact either your alderman, the police department, or the city clerk's office.
Okay.
And just for reference, and I think I talked to Joel, you about this, is that my brother had a tavern of Painted Parrot for many years, and he did it. And same thing. And we went, nobody's paying any money. There's no money exchanged. But again, our city attorney has decided that it's illegal, and all we ask is that you stop it. And from what I understand, everybody has.
Yeah.
With that, I move to place on file.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Placed on file.
That's
Number
it.
9.
Sorry you had to come in, and thanks for coming in.
I was really nervous. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bear with me, Anna.
Leave it there for now, because we're going to have 3 more people.
Nice seeing you. And then we go back to our regular order. Item number 1.
If we could take care of it.
Oh, certainly.
You want to go to 13 and 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
14 if you'd be
You
so
bet.
kind.
No problem. I did see that. Is Brian Blocker, John Bewer, and Gary M. Jakowski, are they here tonight? And you're going to take over too? Okay.
Gary's Big Dogs.
Yep.
Chili beans. And is it Brian?
John.
Brian.
How you doing? You're Brian. The reason that you're here, a citation was issued for noise. And I still have problems with that citation. I'm still trying to do something about that citation, and I feel that it will happen. And what it was a noise complaint. And we have, in that particular neighborhood, there is an individual that calls on a regular basis. And anytime he hears anything coming out of the taverns, this gentleman calls. And our police department made many calls, especially, I think, because he keeps saying it's Big Dogs. Right. Alderman May and myself have both been over and observed. And what we have observed is a couple things. We've had the stereo on as loud as it would go, but we have noticed is that you have bands on occasion, and especially in the summertime, and the back door will be open, and sometimes the windows will be open, and the sound does carry out too. It is a city ordinance, actually, that any time that any kind of music's being played, etc., you have to have doors closed, windows and doors, and especially in a cigar bar, because I've been in there a couple times enjoying a good cigar, and it can get smoky in there. But you have to, if you're going to have a band, we're asking you, please keep the doors closed, the windows closed. And the same with the bar. Sometimes there's your jukebox has been a little bit loud, and you have the front door open. Make sure in the summertime, if you're got that jukebox going a little bit, the door's got to be closed. And that's the only reason we brought you in. We want to let you know we're aware of this. We want you to let you know we're actually trying to work with you, not against you. because we're understanding this complaint, and we're trying to pinpoint it and find out kind of what's going on with the individual. So, and that's the only reason you're here. So it has nothing to do with that you did something wrong. All right? It's just we're asking for your cooperation, that especially, that you keep your door shut. When you have a band, make sure your doors are closed, etc. Windows are closed. When the band's done, if you want to open up for ventilation, please feel free. But while that music is on, and of course, we've been over and we saw the insulation you've installed, your doors insulated, and we've even done the tests. So that's all we're asking is hopefully cooperate with us and realize that there's somebody in the neighborhood that's calling on a regular basis.
What is the instigator for the complaint?
Noise, loud music.
But what time of day?
Usually it's anywhere from 9 o'clock at night till midnight.
So what would appease this particular person in the neighborhood?
Mostly just being careful to keep doors closed. Just make sure that doors and windows are closed when the music's being played. Simple as that. The other side we're working on.
I mean, because if we've had any complaints recently, the doors and windows have been closed since.
But one of the observations that we made was, and I don't have the date, is Alderman May and myself came over because we found out about the noise complaint, and it was on Big Dogs, and we went there and we're going, I can't hear that, but the band's playing and that's pretty loud, and the back door was open. And that's where, like I said, where we said it's easier rather than stop in and individually, which I have on occasions, like with Gary. We thought we'd get all three in and let you know that there's an issue in the neighborhood and ask for your cooperation, that you just keep doors and windows closed. That's simple. That's it. With that, I sure appreciate your time coming in.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And I
Is
think
there a motion to place items 13 and 14 on file?
so moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That's on file.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Now we can move to item 1, and it's noted here, no appearance is necessary because of an updated police report. Is there a motion to approve or deny this license?
Move approval.
Second. Okay. All in favor? Aye? Aye.
Discussion.
I'm sorry, what?
Discussion?
Oh, further discussion, I'm sorry.
And I guess,
Alderman Weigel.
I just wanted to know that formally that this applicant's record is not as was originally indicated, that it shows as it's completely clear. There was some sort of mix-up with the names.
I had Lieutenant Johnson run a second report on that.
Okay. I just wanted that on the record.
Okay. And we move for approval. Okay. And we go to item 2 is Danielle D. Musta here.
Danielle Musta of North 53rd Street, are you here?
Okay.
There was one girl sitting out.
Was there?
Yeah, let's just put it aside. Hold it down.
Okay.
And we'll act on it.
And item 3 was asked to be rescheduled, so we'll place that. Rescheduled. Let's see here. Item number 4 is Kelly A. Petchin in tonight. And please come up and have a seat.
Mr. Chair, if I could?
Alderman Weigel.
And Kelly, you're the first bartender license up there, so it's going to seem like it's aimed at you, but it's really for everybody else who may be getting their first bartender's license here in West Dallas. We expect, as the licensed operator in a bar, tavern, whatever, that if there's a problem, that you help solve the problem, that you call the police whenever you have a problem, feel free. our biggest bane is when problems happen in bars, and we don't know about it till an injured party shows up at the hospital or something like that. And also that when you do call the police, that we expect you to be helpful with the police. We want you to be able to identify the problem, say, yes, officer, that's the person right there. Not, oh, I don't know anything, I didn't see anything, you know. Also understand that we do sting type operations. Police may come in or send in someone who's not 21 and attempt to buy alcohol. So I don't know what the policy is where you'll be working on. Oftentimes the employer make you pay the ticket, and I know some places fire you also if you get caught serving someone who's not 21. That's going to be up to your employer. The reason particularly you are called in here today, we don't ask everybody to come in, but you have a couple things, and these are very problematic for me. You showed on at least 2 different occasions that you didn't think the laws applied to you when you were underage drinking.
Yeah, that's when I was a dumb kid. The past year and a half, I've worked full time, saving money, moving out, growing up.
Okay, so have you been bartending anywhere yet, currently? No? I mean, you're just working there without a license as a...
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume that they have enough confidence in you, they're going to want you to be the lead bartender there or the only bartender at times. That's why you need a license. I don't know if anybody else has anything else to add.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barzak.
I will congratulate you on filling out the application correctly. That doesn't happen all the time, and you did list everything. Again, as Alderman Weigel said, we're young ones, but one of them's not that long ago. It's only 2011.
Yeah.
So I know your employer is here tonight too, and I know that employer pretty well, and I'm sure they're going to watch you. So
Yeah.
I move for approval.
I'll second.
All in favor of that motion? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
That was
Good luck.
Alderman Weigel.
Anybody for a new license, they will be available tomorrow after 10 a.m. No?
February 6th.
Oh, that's right, Common Council meeting, February 6th.
Okay, next we move to item 5 is Stephen Pavlon's here. Step forward, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing, Steve?
Good, yourself?
Doing well.
Okay, you're applying for a license at,
Pick and Save.
Pick and Save you're going to be. And I'm guessing you know why you're here.
Yeah, OWI, July, Avenue, I
Right.
assume.
Well, we actually have it for 2.
That could have been your connection.
No, there's only one.
There was one incident.
May I ask what happened? Just
I made a mistake, I drank.
and
drove.
got pulled over for speeding, for accident,
So I pulled out in front of another vehicle where they had a brake.
and
Followed me for about 2 miles and then pulled me over.
remember what you, Lou?
413.
The reason you're in is because of the blemish on your record. You did list it on there. You did everything correct. You heard everything else. Pick and Save has a fantastic policy. They card everybody.
It causes me some grief sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's a good policy.
Every time I go in there, I thank the young lady or young person who happens to ask for the ID. So we do appreciate that. With that, I'm going to move for approval.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
That's it. Good luck.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, and item 7, that was Daniel Say, and he's asked to be, oh no, I skipped, I'm sorry. Item 6, David R. Matusik and Javon M. Alexander. Sorry about that. Good evening.
There you are.
This is for his vehicle dealer license.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
I guess, is this for the address on Greenfield Avenue?
Yes.
Yeah. So the previous guy who couldn't get a license, you're taking the business, you're going to be operating again?
Yes,
or?
correct. Okay. That's the plan. We have to work out some finances on our end, but as I talked to the mayor and a couple other people at City Hall, I signed a lease with the person that I talked to you about, Robert M. Woods. You turn down his license, and he said that he was going to talk to a family member and maybe run a family business. And I said, if you're going to do that, you need to fill out a new lease with me. We have to go through the process. And he said, well, all right, well, I'm going to talk to the city. That was the last I heard. So he didn't pay October's rent, and I started chasing him down. He never answered his phone. Then I came to City Hall to see if a license was issued, and it was in this Javon Alexander's name, who I never wrote a lease with, and I never met her.
Oh, so he switched the license into a family member's name
without my consent.
without the landlord's consent.
Right, and I have the lease.
And you have a lease that says you can't do that.
Right.
There we go.
And so I still to this day have called and called and called. He has never returned a call. I sent a couple of different people to his home that looks like it's abandoned, sent registered letters, no contact. I talked to Monica, and she had given me this Javon Alexander's name and number. I tried to call that number, and I know that she had tried to call and was unable to reach them or her. And I did finally get a hold of someone at that phone number, and he said, there's nobody here by that name. So I don't know exactly what happened, but that license was issued.
And they have not been operating.
Correct.
No, I know that. And so, and somehow the license was issued to them even though they didn't have proof of legal tenancy, shall we say?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're just asking at this point that we grant the license to you?
Yes. And actually, I was going to try to lease it out, but from what I understand, without surrendering an old license, the new license wouldn't be issued. So when I talked to the mayor, he said, why don't you try applying, let's see what we can do and we'll go from there. So I'm going to try to get some funding and actually open it back up because we already have the place open on 56. This is not really what I had planned moving forward.
No, I know you had moved on to a kind of a
Right.
wholesale model versus the retail model.
Right.
I get that.
So, but like I said, I don't want to end up leasing it to another individual, have them go through all of this and then find out that nothing can happen until May 31st or whenever that license is done. So at this point, I'm going to try to apply for the license. If it's granted, I'm going to probably go in there and try to get that thing going again and move forward from there.
Okay, so Jenna, does this all make sense, sound to you? I mean,
We'd have to revoke the other the license.
okay, and
So we have to go revocation?
Yes.
how difficult is that going to be?
Probably not that. I mean, you have the address of everybody that, do you have contact with the gentleman in the
I have not had contact with Robert M. Woods, who I had the lease with, and this Javon Alexander. There's an address which I sent a registered letter which was returned, and tried to call her, and they said there's nobody here by that name.
Is it under your corporation, the license right now, or is it under a different corporation?
No, this was actually applied for by Javon Alexander. That's who the license was issued to.
Okay, yeah, because we definitely we'd have to go through some complaint on that one. Unless you can contact, I don't know, you can't contact Javon, but otherwise Javon would have to surrender it.
Right. And that's from what I understand. I mean, if I can't get a hold of them, I don't know if that's going to be possible. So whatever we have to do to...
So, and I guess my next question is, this license would expire July 1st anyway?
I think it's April 30th.
April 30th?
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be some effort on the city's part to revoke this license.
Okay.
Or we could just let it expire. I mean, how important is time here? I understand time is money, I get it.
Right. And I've already lost 4 months worth of rent in this project, so I'd like to either get in there or lease it or do something. But I mean, it's been, and unfortunately, this is nobody's fault. But anybody that's been in there in the last 3 or 4 years, nobody's really made a really conscious effort to make that thing work. And, I feel bad. It's on the entrance to the west side of the downtown
empty
area.
lot.
And here it's an empty lot. I mean, it doesn't say much to anybody that's coming here. It's like, well, here's a business that's, that's why I would like to have something happen. I paint heat lights, water, gas over there. I stop there every day to make sure it's okay, and I'd like to do something.
And I think I'd like to, I don't think we can move to revoke it currently. I mean, do we have to put it as a separate, or?
We'd have to do something complaint.
Okay, so I think I'd like to suggest that we begin the summons complaint process and move it as expeditiously as possible.
Okay.
I mean, we could sit and wait till April, but if it's, it's going to be some staff time and all that, but if it helps a businessman, keep going in our city.
No, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I believe we should be able to have the summons and complaint by the next council meeting?
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know about that yet.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be the following one?
Probably the next month or so.
Okay, we'll do it as quickly as we can.
Okay. And is there anything that I need to do to speed things up or help in any way?
I think make sure that Jenna has all the contact information that you have for these tenants.
Okay.
Send me all your documentation. information.
Okay,
Maybe run copies and then run it back to the attorney's office tomorrow,
okay, that's fine.
unless you happen to have a second copy with
I
you.
don't, but I'll give you a copy of the lease, and then, like I said, the license is, this is the address, and I can give you, this is what I have, so,
We'll move as quickly as we can.
okay.
Yep, the quicker you get it to Jenna,
Okay. All right.
she's up, you know where she is, upstairs in the attorney's office? Okay.
So is there a motion to place item 6 on file?
So moved.
This is who the license
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Chairman, I thought you were going for someone's complaint.
Well, we can't do that because it wasn't Genesis. We can't.
Okay. It's
No,
not-
we
it's
can-
not-
we
It's
can-
not agenda, it's not an agenda. I mean, we're instructing them to do that.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
No discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries, and I will... No, I will pass this down while I'm chairman.
That bad?
Because this is fun.
You're actually, I think you're actually on,
And we're on to item 7, which is the new schedule.
Dan? Daniel Spivey?
No, he's been rescheduled already.
Give him the cheat sheet.
Yeah, I didn't know. Here,
you
sure.
give them
There you go.
number 7.
Okay.
We're about 8 to Claudia.
Okay, Claudia.
Claudia Martirano.
Hi.
You doing, Claudia?
Okay,
Okay, you know why you're here?
because of the police being called to Burnham Bowl in October.
Yes.
Correct. But the police were called there, but my understanding it wasn't called by you guys. It was called by other people.
Paul Agers was a bartender in the hall that night. He called the police department also. Oh, I don't know.
After a while or something?
No, because he was working the hall. When he saw it, he called. So I don't know. My understanding was there were a lot of phone calls made that night. I might be wrong.
Because, well, we've had problems in the past over there, a long time ago,
I know that.
you know, and just don't want to start up any new ones.
That's what the police said that night, too. No, actually, the police that night said they didn't want the place turning into a Danny's Lounge.
Right.
Mr. Chairman,
All in bars.
I think, yes, gosh, 10 years ago, maybe more, we had an incident out there. And, you know, since then, I don't think we've really had anything, so.
There's been one other time that I was here since then.
So, you know, compared to how many
The
times
party
we've seen
that
some.
night was supposed to be, I booked the hall, and I went through the contract with them. Unfortunately, I can't afford to quit not booking the
Right.
hall. I need the money from it. So we've been gradually opening it up more and more and more. I went through the contract with the mother. It was an 18-year-old birthday party / Halloween party. In my contract, it says you're responsible. I know legally they're not responsible. Hopefully they don't know that, though, that no underage people will be
You're on
drinking.
TV now, so now they do.
Whatever. And, you know, step-by-step thing, no. And I said, and you're sure, no more than 75 people. My understanding was, once the party took part, the kids that were there started texting friends and stuff. Hey, there's a party over here. Come on down. It's a birthday party for whatever. The dad or stepdad or significant other of the woman that booked the hall started realizing there were more people there. He started questioning, who are you here to see? He said, they didn't even know the name. I told him to leave. The guy got mad, started. I don't know if this was the same guy that was in the police report that was being picked on or not, but that's when he started telling people to leave, and then my bartender got trapped in the kitchen where he couldn't get, one of them, the one that was working the main bar, couldn't get out because of the flood of the people that were in that area. The gentleman in the hall that was bartending called the police, but again, I don't know the sequence of events that happened there. Okay. I got a text at 10:31 saying the police were called, can you come call? I said, I'll be right there. I was on 60th and Mineral, so I think I got there like right after 15 squad cars.
Yeah, well, with that many people.
15, but
Right.
it was just
guarantee
poof,
it's not.
and they all said it happened like,
That's the way those things happen. Okay. Any comments?
Yeah, the only thing is when you're booking the parties, you know, be careful. I think you went through, yeah. Understood. So.
really, I don't know.
Do I have a motion placed on the file?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
We already did item number 9.
Yep.
And we
Right
did.
in.
So we're on 10.
Wait a second. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, okay. That's,
Item number 10.
yeah.
Sandeep
Sandeep.
Verma.
Sandeep?
I don't see Sandeep.
No one out in the hall.
But I do see Building Inspector Ted, or Director of Inspections Ted Atkinson here. Does Ted have any comments on item number 10?
I can go with a policeman tomorrow and shut the place down if you like. They do not have their renewal approval, and they don't have, there's a new license application also pending. They have building code violations, mostly relating to the exterior.
And basically, they've been ignoring us.
I would say you and me and
Yes,
wasn't
and
the
me as
court?
well. They have an outstanding judgment already for $1,000. I talked to Mr. Verma when he was in court on a different matter. He knew about the complaint date. He just chose not to show up. That's what he told me.
So if that's the case, then
I'm hearing there's a shell game going on between owner, tenant, back to owner, back to some leasing, back to...
it's their problem.
We had him in here. Yeah. And I thought that he resolved that all.
I thought it was all clear to me, too.
But you're saying that's not what's going on, Ted?
We sent out a communication to the owner. It was returned as undeliverable, and addresses and everything is just, it's like way out of hand. Short of going up and knocking on the door and talking to whomever and such. My suggestion is to
Protect us.
hear what is your
And
powers.
so you're telling me, I'm looking at this deficiency from May 29th last year. So this has been going on for 7 months, at least.
Correct, and then he had the judgment from,
6 months.
that was from
And he showed the court.
2011.
He did show the court? Show them.
No, let me see. He was in court for those, but he didn't end up paying his judgment. And then he didn't show up to court on the second one that I issued in November.
So I would say just,
Begin the summons complaint process, correct? That's our...
He can shut him down. I don't think he needs the summons and complaint.
He might,
I would
he might need
defer.
to complaint to get his...
I have to defer.
for
Get his
to pay
attention?
Yes, to pay his fees too from them.
It's an issued license, it's a renewal license. My understanding is you got to go through.
Gotta take it away from him if we wanna.
but you can't just go and because of violations, because of building code violations.
Unless it's a life safety hazard, which I don't think we have to.
It's all exterior mostly is what we're...
Mr. Chair?
So we have to do some...
And if I recall, these were the two fellas that were here 4 months ago that were kind of battling over the license as to who had it.
One of them, yeah. Correct.
And then they came back again and said, we're friends, it's resolved. Isn't that my understanding of what happened maybe 3 months ago?
But all this has been taking place while that's
Okay.
going on.
Okay. But then you're still having troubles finding the owner or who's really...
And or getting anybody to do...
And the place is open now,
Yes,
correct?
they are.
They're doing business.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, do I have a motion for summons complaint?
So move. Second, Mr. Chair.
Anything further? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next thing we have here,
Where's Alderman Stockbridge?
yeah, the owner of the Hong Thai restaurant.
No new...
Come on, come on up. I can't even come close to pronouncing your name.
You'll have to help us with your name.
What's your name?
Noodle, Papanduwong, is my last name.
Noodle.
Noodle.
Okay.
Handeball.
Okay. You know why you're here?
I don't know. I know that they own the money from the adjustment. She told me that on January, they said I still hang over on January, it's not 8 yet. I didn't pay them yet. My goal is should be on 25th to 28th. I'll pay out for 300 from the court. But
Okay.
right now it's still January, not end yet.
His payment was due. He had some food.
Oh,
code
did you with me there?
Yes. You had some food code violations. We did he cured most of the defects, and the health department was finally happy with him.
You mean
we did a stipulation in order. He was supposed to pay $300 by January 7th, which he didn't. Because he didn't pay the $300, it was defaulted back to the amount of $10,000. That judgment is outstanding and has not been reopened.
So you're saying he owes $10,000?
Right, unless he reopens it and ends up, typically if they pay the $300 when it's reopened, then we usually just call it even at that point.
Okay, so what does he have to do to do that?
He's gonna have to file a motion to reopen with the municipal court. There's also some building code violations there as well, which have not been fixed.
What is that?
Ted knows more about this.
That's just building inspector, okay.
Hi, I'm Ted, the building inspector. My plumbing inspector has talked to you numerous times. His last message is, I stopped by a couple of times since June 29th. The owner seems unwilling to make corrections. This is plumbing corrections. You have received 2 or 3 communications regarding the plumbing violations.
Oh, that means you're talking about the drain?
You need to get a plumbing permit, get the work done, and call for an inspection.
The drain, I'm done. I was done after the inspection, the 1 week after that, I'm done. I thought nothing to happen. I said, upstairs, my drain's already done. He told me to put the
was he supposed to get an inspector?
The plumbing inspector has been there several times since last July 1st. You have not done the work and you've not got a plumbing permit. Do the work, call for an inspection.
Oh, I may understand. It's like, the inspector told me put the cup underneath
call for an
of the
inspection.
sink.
So you haven't done it?
Yeah, I'm done for a long time after
When can I send the inspector there?
Whatever you have
Tomorrow?
time, sure.
Tomorrow?
Because I'm done after the inspection a week later and then I'm done.
If it's not done, what are we going to do?
Yeah, put the cup underneath of the sink.
That's not what you need to do.
I don't know. The first my opens, everything's done before I open up my business. Inspection, building inspection, plumbing inspection, electrical inspection, everything done. Health department done.
Okay, and
I don't know why they did.
Yeah, I remember. Well, he opened up, and what happened? Why did somebody go in again? Is this just normal?
We've been there several times.
I mean, you're saying ever since they opened, they've been in violation?
This was a renewal inspection of last June. July 1st would be the 12-13 year. He's not been approved for the 12-13 this current year because plumbing permit and inspection for this item has not been approved.
Inspect every year, no?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So he was sent 2 communications at a minimum. Here's one from April of 2012. That's the original that we sent to him.
Okay, so what you have to do is that you have to got to get a plumber to get a permit to okay it. Have him come in there and the plumber's got to look at it and see that it's all right. Do you have a copy of the?
I'll make one up.
Yeah. And or do you want the plumbing inspector to come in? And let you know.
Because it's nothing much in there. He told me to put the sink cap.
I understand that, but apparently it wasn't done. That's why he's complaining, or it wasn't done to his satisfactory. So what I'm trying to do is get it moving here. Maybe you should just have the plumbing inspector go and speak to him.
We can, but I would ask that this should be done in 30 days, and we can put it back on your next agenda.
Okay, so we'll just hold it.
If it's done, then it's done.
Okay.
If it's not, have them come back so that we have a complete understanding the work will be done within a month.
Okay. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. This is my question. Just is after the inspection, I put the cap underneath for the drain from the ice drain to the hole, but I already did. But I don't know why.
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
He knows that he's
I
a billing,
know.
so
But
have to.
after there, he told me to do that. I did that.
Right.
I didn't see the inspector go back to take a look for me again.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, the inspector's gonna come there tomorrow, he's gonna take a look at it.
Okay.
And if it's, what if it's all complete? But no permit was taken out. And you have to have a permit for anything to do with plumbing.
Yeah, therefore the
And
thing,
so-
I do it myself, but I didn't hide it, just a little
Okay,
thing.
well, he'll tell you exactly what to do.
Okay.
And then you have to take care of this other, this $300
Sure,
case.
I will be here probably around 25th or 28th, something like that. I will
Okay.
do the clerk here.
You have to go to municipal court to reopen those, so you have to go to the police department, where the court is next door.
Pay over there?
Right over there. and
Not
reopen
over
it.
here?
Yeah, you have to
They
reopen
said
the
that
And
judge.
it's not just paying, you have to ask to have the case reopened.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, I want you to understand all this. You have to go there, ask to have the case reopened, and did you pay the money right there?
No, the court will give them a date, and that's
Right.
when the date.
And then they give you a date, you'll get a notice when the court is, or
Yeah,
is
they'll
that?
give you a notice, yeah.
They'll give you a notice right there then, and then you can go and then you pay $300 and it'll be over with. And then the building inspection, the plumbing inspector will see you tomorrow.
Stop by tomorrow.
He'll stop by tomorrow, he'll tell you what you have to do.
Okay.
Just get those things done. You got good food over there, we just want to keep you there, so just buy by these few rules, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Alderman Barzal.
My understanding is he'll have 30 days to complete all this.
Right.
Correct? Till the next meeting, till the next scheduled
Right,
meeting.
at least make the motion to reopen. I don't know if the court will set it within the 30 days, but if he at least makes the motion, then.
Right, the motion is done and the inspection's done, so you got 30 days to get this all done.
Okay.
Okay?
Otherwise, unfortunately, you don't want to hear the next part.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
So then I will be with you probably for next week. I thought I'm gonna pay over here, is that right?
No,
No, you have to go to the police department.
Go to the U.
Right, talk to the clerk there.
Okay. But I still open in mine, right?
I'm
You
sorry?
stay in business,
Yeah,
yes.
you're still open.
You're still
yes.
allowed to stay open in business.
I'll be there next week.
Okay.
I'll be here for you tomorrow.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Call me if you got questions. Otherwise, the
No
plumbing
question. I told you told me gonna be there tomorrow.
plumbing inspector will be there tomorrow.
Oh, sure.
Okay, we got other discussion matters on here, but, I don't know, are these people here?
No.
No. Okay, so
I don't think they
then,
were called in.
okay, and so then why don't we move to the people that are here?
We already did 13 and 14.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a model of efficiency when you're not here. Oh, that's all.
But I know that would have showed up. So then, what do we have, 15 and 14 done, we have 12, the only thing we have left. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, as long, we have this sheet, I think we can discuss anything on here, correct?
Right, it's on the agenda.
Okay, Sargent's Corner, are they open? Is that open, Sargent's Corner?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Ted was-
Oh, he's right here, he is here,
You're from Sergeant's Corner?
yes,
Oh, okay.
so he is here. I think we should call him up in
Yeah,
a
sure,
second, but let's go down, now Wild Bill's, I understand, is closed.
Yeah, he called. Yeah, he had called and says, there's after committee, he doesn't have anybody to buy it yet or anything.
Okay, so he's trying to sell it,
Yeah.
and he's keeping the license, he's not surrendering or anything like that.
Correct,
Very
as far
good.
as I know, yes.
All right, let's call up Sergeant.
Come on up. Okay, so this,
Long time no see.
How you doing?
Pretty good, how about you?
I'm all right.
okay, you know why you're here?
I'm assuming because there was no building inspection or something.
Okay, well, no, the health inspector, when she court established, you're serving food beyond what your license was allowed.
I got a fine for that. I paid it.
Pardon me?
He was taken to court for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I paid that.
All taken care of?
Yeah, that's been taken care of a long time ago. I don't know where to do with my glasses.
And then it said also employee,
They should work, I think.
smoking at the bar during the inspection.
Oh, that wasn't open yet. And the guy was standing there and he was smoking.
I don't know, there's a
So,
law.
the cops came in and asked him if he learned his lesson. He told them, yeah.
It doesn't matter, though, 'cause it's still a place of employment. You can't be smoking in the bar even if it's not open.
Yeah.
Even if it's not open?
It's not open, yeah, it's one of those things. So if he's already paid that and everything, why is this on here?
Because we haven't gotten the inspection sheets from the health department or from building inspections to approve the renewal license. He still does not have possession of his license because we do not have the inspection sheets.
Yeah, it never dawned on me after 7 months that,
So you don't have a liquor license? Your liquor license has not been issued?
He's still issuing or operating under the old one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I guess it's up at City Hall, so.
What does he have to do anything with you, Ted? What does he have to do?
You need to let the plumbing inspector in. This is for renewal. So he had a license.
Right.
July 1st, he was supposed to be re-inspected. At least 2 communications was sent to the bar, or at least to the address of the property, telling to call for an inspection for your renewal. That would have been before July 1st. My inspector has stopped by numerous times, found the place not open.
Well, I open at 1 o'clock, so.
Well, when he was there, you weren't open. So, what you need to do is call for the inspector. I'll give you my card and his telephone number. I would ask, and this is such, it's since July 1st that they haven't had it. They do need to. I would hope that maybe in 30 days that you would bring it back unless he has it approved.
No, I just, I've been there for 23 years and we never really had a call, Before they used to come in. So it never dawned on me until I got the letter saying, then it dawned on me, well, because it's been 7 months, so.
Okay, so
Otherwise,
call tomorrow, set up a time for an inspection.
Is it just plumbing?
Yeah, that's all we do for renewal. Now, I hear health also for renewal has not approved it.
Right.
So you have to call the health department also?
Yeah, and
Well, all right, but I mean, what happened, she was in, she made the inspection, on the sheet it said no re-inspection, as long as I was taken care of, and then I had to go up in front of the police department, then I got a $400 fine, so I took care of that, so I just assumed that was it,
Call Ms. Nusslock, because Ms. Temke should be on maternity leave really soon, so call Ms. Nusslock and just make sure everything is done.
That's from the health department.
The health commissioner.
Yeah.
All right.
Our health commissioner. Just call her up and then square that all the way.
All right.
And then call the plumbing inspector and we'll go from there.
All right.
And then in 30 days.
Yeah, you can do it all in 30 days, so that won't be a problem.
We're just gonna call them and tell them, yeah, right?
Okay.
Should be that simple.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Yes. Okay, there's these two, what's that?
so that's the plumbing inspector you need to call.
These
Best time
two
is
is the
8 to
Department of
9.
Revenue hold?
Set
Yes.
up an appointment.
That's out of our hands.
What's the best time to call is 8 to 9?
So,
8 to 9 one.
well, it's on the agenda, so I'm just gonna, so,
Because she hasn't been issued her license yet, I was asked to put her on with all of the others that haven't been issued yet. Even though it's a Department of Revenue hold, nothing that we can do here.
No,
Wanted
it's
some
Mike also.
answers to why
Mike
it
Shears,
isn't
this is
taken
Mike.
care
and we
of.
called her in?
I called her in, yeah.
That's Colleen Ziegler?
Are they operating?
No.
If you haven't been operating for more than 30 days, we always move for
This
7.
Mike also came by your place many times.
Has it been more than 30 days? I don't know.
Yes.
7 days a week or so.
And this is a class, so it's a beer-only license?
Yes,
Be sure
it's
to
beer
call
only.
him. If you're open at 1, he can catch you late.
They're not operating at all? Or they're just not doing beer?
I was told that they aren't open at all. I've talked to the Department of Revenue, and they told me that she's not responding to anything that they send her, and that she's not open at all.
You know, I think that's a pizza place.
Okay, so,
That's the pizza place.
so we might as well just move for a summons complaint?
I would think so.
Do
I would think
I have a motion for that?
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so,
Sorry, in regard to Wild Bill's, has he been talking to you? Oh, it's fire inspections.
Yeah, I know
Okay,
nothing.
sorry.
I knew he was not old clothes.
Yeah, he's been-
He's old clothes.
But again, he's in the same situation, I guess, as D's in the sense where they're not open, but they still have a license, they're not in operation for more than 30 days. So I guess if there's, I don't know if there's been any progress maybe with the health and fire violations or inspections.
well, they just haven't been able to get in there.
Marty responded and said that the fire inspection was corrected on November 21st,
Okay, that's good.
So then we're,
but Wild Bill still has some outstanding checkoffs on his list that he needs to supply us with. Bill Savage does.
Before he can open?
Before he can get the license, right.
Okay.
Before you get the license to sell it to somebody else, because that's...
Right.
Yeah, I think the building's up for sale.
Okay. So then we have, what else we have? Is that it?
Yep.
I think that's it.
No,
Just saying-
They're just here.
Took care of them, or they want to talk to me when we're done.
Oh, I'm just waiting for you?
Yep.
And
Same thing.
Yep.
both of you?
Yep.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Further discussion?
You can keep these?
Yeah.
In favor?
For next 30 days.
Busy night.
Welcome, Jessica.
Sorry I was late.
So if I run out real quick, don't do it?